Hello everybody, welcome back to EAFC, the Aston Villa career mode, and we are going to be finishing off August in this episode, and we have a transfer offer coming in for Onana, weirdly. It's a strange one. Tottenham Hotspur have offered us Yves Bissouma and £10.8 million. Now, Onana's 24, 6'4", very good, very strong in central midfield. I really like him in real life. Yves Bissouma is older, worse rated, and not as good. It's a tough one. I think I'm going to reject it purely because this would be selling a non-homegrown player in exchange for another non-homegrown player. We could potentially ask for get rid of the player and get a shed ton of money. But given that Onana's only 24, I'm going to reject it because I see Onana as a bit of my plans as well. Now, still ongoing with all of this is that our young players will not move or agree terms with other clubs. So I think as part of that, we're going to be ruthless here and we are going to take matters into our own hands. So Marshall will not negotiate or not agree terms with another club, so we are going to just release him for £324,000. The same is going to go with Richards. He will not agree even though his contract expiring, so we're going to release him for £696,000. Barry's the interesting one because one, he's not dreadful at 67 rated, but we then have Jaden Philogene, Illing Jr. out on loan as well, and Rooney Bargy that can play on the left. So I sort of feel like for the sake of progression in the save, for one, we're just going to pay him off for 1.2 million. We're just going to get rid of all of those, just make the squad a bit more manageable in terms of who we want here and who we don't. And I think that is, well, I've done it now, so that is what's happening. That's what's going to happen. And it's done. It's done. So if we look at the spreadsheet, which is always fun, you can see here that the squad is looking all right. We now need to get rid of Barry has gone, so we can delete him from everything that we're worried about. Richards has also gone on a free transfer, so we'll delete him. And Marshall has gone as well, but we're going to leave Marshall there because I'm going to be calling up a goalkeeper, just so that we've got three, because I think that's realistic. We'll be calling up a goalkeeper from our youth academy. But that does put us down to a squad total of 25 players, with 3 coming from the under-21 academy, 28 in the squad in total, but yeah, 3 coming from there, 7 in total from our academy, which is pretty good, 15 homegrown players, so we're well above the Champions League requirements that we need. And in the Premier League, we have 15 homegrown players, and we have 5 spots free in our squad, which is mightily impressive because we have 8 Villa under-21 players and 28 players registered. So we actually have quite a lot of space. It's the Champions League squad that is hindering us in terms of what we can do. Looking at the transfers then, I'll update this to see what's happened, but you can see in terms of the outs, £170 million worth of player has been sold, £99 million worth of player has been bought in, which gives us a profit of £71.2 million this year. Last year we had a profit of 7.5, so we've done quite a good job of making the squad a bit more our own, which I'm quite happy about. But yeah, so I'm excited by that indeed. But that's enough of the spreadsheet. Let's get back into the game. And as I said, we are going to go and call up a goalkeeper from our youth academy because Stuart is actually better rated and younger than Marshall, who we've just released. So he will now be coming into the senior team, which I think... Actually, let's just have a quick look at the youth academy because I think that means we now need... Yes, we need to go and find another goalkeeper. So into our youth scouts we go. Singapore is there. We have pulled people in from... Yes, we have. In the last episode, didn't we? We got people in from Norway, so we can recall that scout. Greece, we're still having a look. We didn't call in anyone from Greece. So when that scout comes back, he will be on goalkeeper duty. And that is what we are planning to do with that one. So With the squad all updated, we are going into the game against Crystal Palace, which will be a simmed game. Martinez in goal, Elias Gillett, Torres, Branthwaite will make his debut, and Kieran Tierney at left back. Ramsey on left wing, Kamara, McGinn and Bailey is the same midfield as last time. Openda partners Ferguson after his dramatic late equaliser in the last episode. If you haven't seen it, go check it out against Liverpool. And then we'll just check the bench. I think I did the bench. Yeah, Konza, Tielemans, Onana, Mudryk, Duran, Rogers, Redondo, Souza and Charles on there. So yeah, it's not looking too bad in terms of the bench. The squad is a pretty good size. Potentially, I'm still not sure whether to loan out Bellingham or not. I'm still not sure, but can the Sim pick us up a win against Crystal Palace? Yes, it can. 2-1. Tielemans came off the bench to get a goal, replaced John McGinn at half-time. And Openda got another one, so that is good. We actually went 1-0 down inside 2 minutes. Bailey picking up the yellow card, as did Morgan Rogers as well. So a 2-1 win in the simulator as Brentford drew 2-2 with Everton. Jared Branthwaite-less Everton. We have 3 unread messages. So, yeah, Stuart, well done. I was impressed in the under whatever you were. Well done. Top performance. And just wanted to say thanks for giving me a chance. Outstanding, Elias Gillett. You are our starting right back. There's no issues with that. Next up is Sheffield United and deadline day. I do think I'm pretty happy with the squad as it stands. So, I'm not really that fussed about making wholesale changes. Let's just get all these things done. So Stopper can go in there. We're now training as a ball player, and I think there was one more as well, right? McDermott is a winger on the left hand side. So all of these people still improving in the under 19s, 21s, whatever you want to call it. We've got 2 more offers for players. Ooh, Torres with an exchange from Arsenal, 3 million. And Leandro Trossard. Well, I don't need Leandro Trossard, so I'm just going to reject that, to be honest. But Baranchea, 11.8. That's not very much, but he is definitely not going to play for us at all this season. I'm going to see if we can get 15 million for him. He is on the transfer list. I don't really want him. So if they hadn't have got rid of Kirkes, I 100% would have gone for Kirkes. But we saw in the last episode that he has moved to Liverpool, right? So should we go flat 15? Market value is 9.5. Let's go 15 million. See what they say. 11.8 plus a 2% sell-on fee. That is not very good, is it? Remove the sell-on clause. Propose new transfer fee. Let's go 14.5. We'll negotiate a little bit. There we go. 14.5 million. Lovely stuff. He should agree that move. We have another offer, this time from Fiorentina, so we'll go and do the same with them as well, and I'll let you know how that goes. So Baranchea has left the club, but is it Fiorentina or is it Bournemouth? Both agreed a 14.5 million transfer fee. As we say the goodbyes, Baranchea, the central midfielder, is going to Bournemouth, staying in the Premier League. Bournemouth sign Enzo Baranchea. And this transfer window never ceases to amaze. John McGinn, our club captain, has had an offer from Liverpool. They want to reunite him with Ollie Watkins. Now, John McGinn is a very, very interesting one. Not homegrown, but I'm just checking the spreadsheet. Yeah, not homegrown and not an academy product. So if we get good money here, we could potentially bring in a very big name, because we've got rid of 2 non-homegrown players if this goes through. So let's have a quick look and see if they have... I mean, Alexis McAllister would be very nice. Sozobly would be nice. Gravenberch. Oh, Gravenberch at 23 years old. Coming in as a replacement for John McGinn would be really good. Curtis Jones would be good as well. I think Bajcetic then drops a bit too down low the order. But yeah, Gravenberch would be an interesting one. Let's see. Now, John McGinn's our captain, right? So we would be well within our rights to ask for a lot of money here. So I think 35 mil plus Ryan Gravenberch. That's pushing it up to 70 million worth of value. Is that taking the piss a bit? I think that might be taking the piss a bit. Let's go 30 million plus Ryan Gravenberch, who is a big old boy in that midfield. And I do like big old battling boys in midfield. And if you follow my Football Manager stuff, you'll know that I love Ryan Gravenberch. No, they're not looking to do it. And I'm not fussed about that because John McGinn is our captain. So it's going to need a big offer that's really good for us to accept that one. And yeah, I'm happy to turn or not have that agreed, I think is the way to phrase it. We've got a few more emails in here. Yeah, Baranchea's sold, and we've got our scout looking for a goalkeeper, a youth goalkeeper in America, to what we've gone for there in North America. So, yeah, I mean, we could look to bring in. We don't need anyone at the moment, which is the key thing. I think we've got a good squad where we don't need anyone. The Baranchea transfer did free up that spot and now makes everybody registerable in the Champions League. But yeah, let's see. Have we got any more offers in here? No, we've got a few more unread emails. Yeah, Portugal. I don't know why I put international jobs on, by the way. It's just irritating bit of news you get, isn't it? Anyway, we'll be taking on Sheffield United, who sit 19th in the table. We're currently in 10th, but we're unbeaten in 2, so it's not too bad. Hello everybody, welcome to Bramall Lane for Sheffield United hosting Aston Villa in the Premier League, and only one change for Unai Emery's team from the success and the win against Crystal Palace. Mudryk comes in to start for Leon Bailey on the right hand side. That man there, John McGinn, the subject of a huge transfer bid from Liverpool, but terms could not be agreed. We'll be going through the lineups very shortly. So as the pleasantries get underway and the players shake hands with the opposition and the officials, we can go through the lineups here at Bramall Lane for this game live on TV. Sheffield United, finding themselves at the bottom of the table, are lining up in a 4-something as I delay waiting for the news to come through. There we go, a 4-4-1-1. Sheffield United playing in a pretty defensive system. Adam Davies starts in goal. Robinson and Alejandrovic at the back. Seriki and McCallum in there. Vargas, Davies, Slimani and Iwobi as Callum O'Hare lines up behind Rhian Brewster. Alex Iwobi, signed from Fulham in the summer, gets a start on the right hand side. Aston Villa in a 4-4-2. As mentioned, only one change from the last lineup, which is Mykhailo Mudryk getting the start ahead of Leon Bailey. Jared Branthwaite comes in to partner Pau Torres again, and it's Evan Ferguson keeping his place up front, the in favour striker with Unai Emery at the moment. And it's the home team that get this one underway on a action-packed day, because this is also deadline day. And Aston Villa have been monitoring their squad very well, as all that pass just goes behind Evan Ferguson. And Davies gets a nice, comfortable first touch of the ball in goal for Sheffield United. But yes, deadline day approaching as well. Some big bids rumoured in and around the Premier League as ever. And it'll be interesting to see what happens in this one. Pau Torres bringing the ball a long way out from the back, puts it in towards Openda, and his ball through to McGinn was blocked, but Openda got on the loose ball. The shot was wide. Kamara up towards Ferguson, tries to put a really good ball through to Openda, and Openda has Mudryk outside him. Mudryk drifts it back in towards Openda with a downwards header. Great save from Davies. But I think, is it offside? It was a really good bit of play. Mudryk, lovely little dink pass. It was just offside for Louis Openda. But Aston Villa showing they are on form. Obviously, these two teams operating in different stratospheres for transfer budgets this season. Sheffield United only managing to spend money on Iwobi coming in from Fulham. Their squad pretty much unchanged from the team that got them promoted. As McGinn here looks in towards Evan Ferguson, little shimmy to get it onto his left foot. I said his favoured left foot in the last episode when he scored that equaliser against Liverpool. He's actually right-footed, but two-footed, because he's got a 5-star weak foot. But yeah, Aston Villa spending nearly, 90 million on one player alone. Sheffield United bringing in Alex Iwobi. Shows the differences of abilities in the transfer market, as that's a good header there from Pau Torres. Ramsey looks to bring it forward. Again, getting the nod over Morgan Rogers in Unai Emery's team today. And that's a good interception. John McGinn's done really well to batter his way through there. Ferguson knocks it out to Ramsey again. Ramsey getting into a bit of space. Looks to cut it back towards the edge of the area, towards Kamara. Good fierce shot. Well blocked. Ramsey with a lovely crossfield ball to pick out Elias Yaller. McGinn takes over. Gives it out to Mykhailo Mudryk on the far side. Mykhailo Mudryk can put it in. I think Openda's offside again, but the referee hasn't given anything yet. Kamara lets it turn across his body into Ramsey. The overlapping Kieran Tierney, who's done very well since signing from Arsenal, puts in across towards Openda again. It's up in the air. Ferguson will win it in towards Openda. He reacts quickest. He's offside. Mudryk on the rebound, but the flag is up and Openda is offside again. It was a really good header down from Ferguson. And Openda, his reactions are really, really good, but just the wrong side of Tom Davies. And his header, I think, was actually really well saved. Jared Branthwaite with a really good challenge there, and Openda gives it into Ferguson. Looks over the top towards Openda again, who is in for Openda. Oh, it's been all Aston Villa. We just can't find the goal. Tierney with an overlapping run again for Jacob Ramsey to find. Ferguson with a good turn, but Slimani got back at him. Ferguson looking for a 1-2 with John McGinn. Couldn't quite pay it off. Branthwaite with a really good interception there after Torres' first challenge. Ramsey's just going to have to hold this one up. Kieran Tierney looks for that crossfield ball, and I think he has picked out Mykhailo Mudryk wonderfully well, and Mudryk up against his man. His first attempt for a cross is blocked. Does manage to get that back into Elias Yiller up towards Ferguson. Headed away. Kept alive, I think, but O'Hare's there to flick it on, and Alex Iwobi will try and allow Sheffield United to breathe, although he's not done a great job of clearing possession. Ryan Brewster turns away. He's got Pau Torres for company. Finds Iwobi. Kieran Tierney, great defending there as Aston Villa look to break forward again. Ferguson. Oh, just took too long. Mudryk fires it into Evan Ferguson's feet. Evan Ferguson just holding this one up, waiting for options. Gives it into McGinn, but Vargas covers it. And Ferguson, I do quite like the little and large partnership we've got going with Ferguson and Openda. It gives us good outballs and stuff. But, yeah, Ferguson is a little bit too slow on the ball. That's a lovely ball from Mudryk into Openda for fine. Ferguson rifled into the net. 1-0 Aston Villa. It's been coming, little and large. Evan Ferguson gets the goal and he shushes the Bramall Lane crowd. It's a lovely finish. Really well worked. And Mudryk, I'm not against selling Leon Bailey, to be honest. Mudryk feels very, very good. Lovely ball down the line to Openda. Took his time, squared it into Ferguson. And an absolutely rifled finish. Davies in goal had no chance. 1-0 Villa. Oh, Mudryk. Openda's in so much space. Openda puts it up towards Ferguson. Great touch from Ferguson. Oh, what a save. Openda on the rebound with a header. Oh, it's past the post. But Sheffield United are dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. So free kick to Sheffield United in quite a long way out. It's not a shot. It's dinked into the box and McGinn can win that header. Ramsey under pressure though. Loses the ball. Iwobi's there. O'Hare shoots. Good save Martinez. It's the first real attempt Sheffield United have had as Ramsey's down injured. This is not good news for Unai Emery and his team. And it is an injury that's going to stop him in the game. We will bring on Rodgers for the like for like replacement, but that is not a substitution I wanted to do early on, to be honest, before half-time. Vargas just closed him down. Morgan Rodgers is on, and Jacob Ramsey with that injury. We'll find out after the game how severe it is as Slimani gets in the way. Mudryk is going to have the pace here, and Louis Openda stayed high, and if the ball was just a little bit better from Mudryk, it could have been in as McGinn has done well. Tierney out to Rodgers, his first involvement. Great crossfield pass to pick out Mykhailo Mudryk. Mudryk comes forward, but that's half-time. 1-0 Aston Villa. Evan Ferguson's the goal is the difference. No changes at half-time. Obviously, Aston Villa did that change at the end of the first half, just with, well, Morgan Rodgers coming on to replace the injured Ramsey. Still no news on what sort of injury that is, but we'll have to wait until after the game. Mudryk into a bit of space, done really well. Tries to dig out a cross. Couldn't quite reach Evan Ferguson. Good header from Adzahomovic at the back as Elias Yiller comes forward again. This time a little bit of a dink forward. Openda flicks it on really well. McGinn's now got an injury. Lays that one off to Kamara. His powerful shot is blocked well. And O'Hare will look to break. Openda looks over the top towards Mykhailo Mudryk. Mykhailo Mudryk cross towards the back post. Ferguson! Oh, his header's straight into the arms of Davies. So John McGinn is not going to be able to run off that injury. He'll be coming off to replace by Onana. But Slimani is replaced by Hamer in midfield for Sheffield United as well. Mudryk into Onana, who is subject of a big bid from Spurs earlier on in this window. Ferguson tries to give it back to Onana, but nothing happening there. Kamara puts O'Hare under pressure as Sheffield United look to break with Vargas. Vargas comes forward, but yeah, not too many options in this one-man system that Sheffield United are playing as, well, Openda takes over here, and Openda has got loads of space to run into. It's a really good defensive block from Tom Davies. Openda. Ferguson's given him a run. Ferguson's in. Evan Ferguson, it's another goal. 2-0 Aston Villa. 2 for Ferguson, 2 without reply. And it's 2-0 to the away team. And this Aston Villa team are absolutely cooking. And the players are loving life under Unai Emery. Just look at that celebration. And Evan Ferguson is on for a hat-trick in only his 3rd game of this season. A lovely finish past the keeper. Lovely counter-attack. 2-0 Aston Villa. Kamara launching a counter-attack. Not the quickest of players for Aston Villa, but doing a good job of bringing the ball forward. It was a good challenge in the end from Adzahomovic on him that stopped the counter-attack. But really, this Aston Villa team have had this game at their leisure today. as Mykhailo Mudryk still coming forward, easily round his man. Mykhailo Mudryk swings in across. Ferguson! Oh, it should have been the hat-trick. It should have been the hat-trick. 6 yards out with a header, and the target forward can't quite get the header on target. It's a field day for Villa. Elias Yalert ball through into the channel to find Openda. Tried to turn it round the corner towards Onana, but couldn't quite get it right. 20 minutes to go in this one, and Sheffield United look pretty dead and buried here. It's a good ball over the top. Vargas managed to stay onside, but his pass up towards Ryan Brewster was intercepted well by Branthwaite, who's had a very solid game at the back, Branthwaite, and his passing is very, very good, which is lovely to see. Mudryk, who's drifted inside just a little bit, picks out Onana, out to Kamara, brings that into Ferguson's feet, and he can lay this one off for Kieran Tierney, who's come forward from left back. Tierney tries to put the cross in, deflected behind for a corner. And more changes happening in this game. Ryan Brewster has been struggling up front. He's replaced by Campbell. He's not had too much action. Fraser Campbell back in the Premier League. Interesting. Aston Villa also making a triple substitution in this one, as we see Openda, Kamara and Tierney leave the field. Duran, Redondo and youngster Souza coming on. And the first action after the substitutions is for Morgan Rogers to swing in a corner up towards Onana, who is pretty decent in the air, but it's cleared away easily by Sheffield United. Souza pings out a lovely pass there towards Morgan Rogers, but Sariki really did marshal him well and win the ball. Rogers lays it into John Duran. John Duran is in on goal. Duran, oh, he's just been edged off it as he was trying to get his shot away. Sheffield United trying to play their way out from the back in a very dangerous position. It was actually Rogers into Ferguson, and Ferguson put the through ball through into the path of Duran, but just couldn't get the shot off as Mudryk comes forward. A little jinking run here from Mykhailo Mudryk with a shot. Good save, Davies. Took a deflection on the way through. Aston Villa looking for that third goal as McCallum is replaced for Sheffield United. Number 16 coming on. Not too sure who that is for them, but this will be who did come on? Oh, Shackleton came on for them, and we're going to try and fire this one into the danger areas. Up there, it's I think it was Torres going for the goal. Mudryk wins the header, couldn't quite knock it down. Sadeki is there to clear as Elias Yalert can just take his time with this one. You're going to swing it back in towards a dangerous area. Not the best cross though from Elias Yalert. The ball is bouncing around. Fraser Campbell won it back to Gustavo Hamer, and Alex Iwobi is just launched that one long, and it's easy for Elias Yalert. We can control possession. We are 2-0 up. We don't need to rush anything. Mudryk turns really well, driving towards... He's had a great game, Mykhailo Mudryk. That's a really bad cross, as I just say. He's played really well. But yeah, he has, or is, proving a point that him and Leon Bailey are going to be competing for that right wing spot this season, and I'm very excited by that, as Souza does very well, the youngster there. Rogers looks forward. I think Evan Ferguson's just strayed offside. He has. Doesn't look like he's going to get his hat-trick today, Evan Ferguson, but Unai Emery will not be disappointed with a 2-0 win away. It's another a good away result here for the Villains, as Rogers has to have his reactions about him to control that loose ball not once but twice. Full time, Sheffield United 0, Aston Villa and Evan Ferguson 2. So a good 2-0 win, and we head into deadline day. But what is Ramsey's injury? That is what I want to know. Where I'm not too sure where we can see that, but Ramsey will be coming out the first team for Rogers. It's obviously a big injury. Jaden Philogene can go on the bench. Yeah, so some potential busy deals happening at deadline day. We've got a role update for Kieran Tierney as well, so we'll just get that done. He can be a plus attacking wing back. Maybe it's just an attacking wing back. Not sure. What else have we got? We've got 2 unread emails. So he is out for a lateral collateral ligament injury. 4 months out for Jacob Ramsey. That is not what we wanted. Damn it. That is brutal. That is absolutely brutal. Right. 10 hours to go on deadline day. I don't think we need to bring anyone in, although we do have an offer for Elias Yalert, which I'm probably going to reject because we only signed him last year and he's our starting right back. So let's go and see what they've offered. £19 million up to 33. I'm going to reject it just because we only signed him last season and he is our starting right back. So I think that one's pretty obvious. We do have 2 spaces now. With Baranchea leaving the club, we do actually have the ability to bring in someone and they can be registered, whether they're homegrown or not. They can be registered for our Champions League and Premier League teams, which is quite Nice. So if we have a look at our transfer hub, obviously Archer, Irigbunam, Chukwuemeka, Ramsey, Kellyman are all Aston Villa youth products who wouldn't need to take up any spaces. I don't want another striker because I feel like the Victor Osimhen boat has sailed, given we brought in Openda. We definitely don't need Jimenez or Ekitike. So I think we're actually, for now, I like to keep my shortlist updated with players that I'm actually interested in. Marmoush has actually moved to Everton as well, so it's a good purchase for them, investing that Jared Branthwaite money, it looks like. I don't think we want Lookman. I'll keep Endrick on there as well, because it could be an interesting player just to keep an eye on. I mean, some of these central midfielders could be pretty useful for us, to be honest. Oscar Bob, we don't need any more right midfielders at the moment, so we'll get rid of him as well. So let's have a look at the squad. These sort of episodes are always a little bit all over the place, aren't they? So we've got 3 goalkeepers, one of which is a homegrown youth academy, one is homegrown, and one is Emi Martinez. We've got Tierney and Souza at left back, which is fine. We've got 4 centre-backs in Feeney, Branthwaite, Torres and Konza. Now, we could look to bring in a better young centre-back than Feeney and go out there and just buy a very good high prospect centre-back that can come in as a rotation option. We could look at another right-back to support Elias Yalert, which isn't Kesler Hayden. Central midfield, I'm very happy with our options. Left midfield, I'm very happy with our options. Right midfield, I'm happy with our options, given we've got Bailey, Bargy and Mudryk out there as well. On the left, we've got Philogin, Ramsey and Morgan, even though Ramsey's just picked up an injury. And then I was happy with strikers. So it is sort of the 2 fullbacks. Do we want to get a left back or a right back or someone that can play both? I think that is what we're going to look for. I'll go and make up a little bit of a shortlist, and then there'll be some sort of edit and we'll be back. Okay, I think we're going to go for Kyrian Sabe, 20 years old, right back, can play left back as well, so that's handy. Pretty quick, acceleration 80, short pass 78, sprint speed 75, agility is good, ball control is good as well. Only on 18 grand a week and only 5.5 million, so I think we are going to go for Sabe here. Oh, they've only recently acquired him. Damn it, that's annoying. So he's not going to be on the transfer list anymore. But yeah, it's pretty thin on the ground. I'm going through players that our scouts have found. I haven't actually looked in Germany yet, so let's have a quick look here. Joshua Kimmich, he's moved to Atletico Madrid. Okay, we're going with another Football Manager favourite. We are going with Ivan Fresneda. We're basically going to offer them like 10.5 million. That's 10.3. £10.5 million just to see if Ruben Amorim, who is still there, 10.6. I can pay another 100,000. That's not a problem. I've got a feeling another club is in for him as well, so we're gonna have to make sure this goes right. Now we don't know too much about him in terms of his current salary and things like that, so we may be paying him. We may make him an offer. We do know it's 7.90. We're gonna go rotation option to join. Good. He's happy with that. 4 years is totally fine. He's a youngster, so that's a good deal as well. No release clause, please. 28,000. I'm happy with that. And a clean sheet bonus, I'm not against either. So if this gets even Fresneda through the door, that is a cover for right back and left back. He's in. 1 deadline day deal done. So £10.6 million, Ivan Fresneda joins from Sporting Lisbon, which is very good. It's going to get a B rating from the board. That one there, 76 overall, lots of room to grow. Very happy. So Fenerbahce have given us a 37.9 million offer for Kamara, who is currently in my first team. So again, I'm sort of leaning towards rejecting it because he's settling in as a first team player this year. So I think we are going to reject that because the squad is in, I was just checking the spreadsheet, and the squad is in a healthy state at the moment. We have like 24 registered players, which can, for the Champions League, 19 for the Premier League. Then we've got youth products to sort of fill it out. So we are in a very good position at the moment. We don't really need to do anything too drastic in this window. Obviously, the board want us to win the league, so we may need to potentially go out there. There's a rumour of Gakpo moving to Bayern Munich, Bernardo Silva to Atletico Madrid, and Unai Simon going to Man City from Athletic Bilbao. Yeah, a few little loan deals going through. I'm not too sure we need to do anything else, to be honest. I really don't feel like I like how the squad is balanced. We could do, I guess, with a superstar signing. Oh, Man United have made an offer for Jadon Philogin, who is a homegrown youngster, 20.9. I'm going to reject it because we need him now because of the injury to Ramsey, right? We need him as a left option. So we'll reject that one. Lots of rumours happening at the moment on deadline day. Stuart has had an offer for him. We're definitely going to reject that. We've literally only just called him up from the academy. So lots of offers being rejected with 5 hours to go. But yeah, no, I mean, centre midfield, Tielemans I would sell. McGinn I would sell for a good enough offer. I've got to remember it is only the second season. We don't want to be doing anything too drastic away from realism so far. But and I feel like the players we've all bought in have been somewhat realistic. But yeah, just looking at the squad on the spreadsheet, I don't think there's, again, a centre back to replace Feeney as our fourth choice could be quite useful. That could be relatively good. Let's have a little look, see who's out there. No, I think we're going to leave it as is unless something drastic happens in the last 2 hours of the transfer window. I don't think there's anyone out there really that can improve our squad without being super unrealistic. So we're going to go for that. I mean, we do have an offer with the final hour for our backup goalkeeper, so we'll obviously just reject that one out of hand. But yeah, I mean, the big deals that fell through then, John McGinn didn't go through, Boubacar Kamara didn't go through. It'll be interesting to see what other transfers have happened in the window as we get an offer from Spurs for Elias Yiller. Again, we're just going to reject that one. That's a pretty big deal that didn't happen as well. So that is deadline day done. We'll just read the message, which will tell us it would have 980. So not a billion was spent, but not too bad in terms of values in the transfer market. But let's have a quick look then at the transfer history, see what did happen. So the biggest deal of the summer window was £100 million, Ollie Watkins, followed by the £99 million Louis Openda coming to us. Xavi Simons has moved from PSG to Man City for £95.8 million. Frimpong has joined Real Madrid for £90.5 million. Ronaldo Orejo joined for £80.8 million. Man City spending the big money. Frankie de Jong joined Leverkusen for £78.6 million. Victor Gyökeres to Barcelona, £72.9 million. Vlahovic to PSG, Kai Havertz to PSG, Destiny Udogie to Borussia Dortmund, Joshua Kimmich, Atletico Madrid, Bruno Fernandes joined PSG, Bernardo Silva did get that deadline day move to Atletico Madrid, Alisson joined Real Madrid, Unai Simon joined Man City, Diego Jota joined Juventus, Ben White joined Newcastle for £56 million, Leroy Sané went to Inter Milan, Darwin Núñez setting up the equaliser against us and then moved off to Arsenal for them. Rudiger was sold to Liverpool, £51 million for an ageing Antonio Rudiger. Luke Locatelli moved to Bayern Munich. Sven Botman moved to Inter Milan. Jonathan David moved to Villarreal. Rasmus Højlund moved to Athletic Bilbao. That's an interesting deal. Luis Diaz ended up going to Barcelona. Donny Marlon moved to Bayer Leverkusen. Van Dijk moved to Real Madrid. So Liverpool have really been big on the sales. Siankov moved to Leverkusen, Pavard moved to Roma, Raul moved to Girona, Ferland Mendy moved to Bayern Munich, Ibrahim Konate moved to Bayern Munich. Liverpool have sold up. They've really sold. Cucurella joined Napoli, Kusunu joined Arsenal. That's a really good striker signing for them. Griezmann moved to Borussia Dortmund. Wilfried Singo moved to Bologna. Lunin moved from Real Madrid to Marseille. Mitrovic came from Saudi Arabia to Man United. Zubelda moved to Latium. I can't remember who Latium is. Is that Lazio? Might be Lazio. Marmouche joined Everton that we knew about. Danzo moved to West Ham. And Gibbs White moved to Eintracht Frankfurt. I was interested in him. Nemecha to Nice. John Stones moved to Newcastle. Madueke joined Sevilla. Kessie went from Saudi Arabia to Juventus. Richarlison moved to Monaco. Mbuemo moved to Napoli. Serge Gnabry moved to Chelsea. Benjamin Hines moved to Lens. So lots of moves happening here. What was happening on deadline day though? So lots of moves happening on deadline day, as you can see. A few free transfers in there as well. Chalobah moved to Everton for 25.9. Anything in the Premier League that really is wearing a note? Axin Amaro moved on loan to Sheffield United. Oh no, moved for 3.3 million, sorry. To Sheffield. Rico Richards did eventually join a new club, which is good for him on deadline day. Let's go to the top. £20 million, Berkadat there, joining Burnley. Leeds United signed Moses Simon. Barcelona signed Adrian Liso. And Kalidou Koulibaly joined Brentford for £13.9 million as the last deal done on deadline day. Wow. You can see here then our deals that have happened. We'll sort by value for money. Obviously, Watkins out, Openda in, Branthwaite in, Barnature out, Barkley out, Fresneda in, Moreno out, Dendonka out, Lewis Dobbin out, O'Reilly out, Illing Jr. out, and Bogard out as well. So all in all, I'm very happy. And the squad that we have in the game complies with all registration rules for the Champions League and the Premier League, which means everyone we've got can play in both competitions. That was a lot to get through. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll be back to crack into September in the next episode. See you then. Cheers.